Hi guys, I'm going to be going over the topic 13, the practice test. So you can either just correct your answers as I go, or you can, if you had a problem with one of them, you can look and see how to do it if you remember. So let me pop that up here. All right. So hopefully this will get out of the way. All right, so number one, 3 out of the 5 students are girls. What decimal represents 3/5 is what that says. So remember, the first thing you have to do is you need to make it have a 10 or 100 on the bottom. I like 10 if I can. 5 times 2 equals 10, and 3 times 2 equals 6. We call that 6/10. Looks like this, or you can write it like this. It doesn't matter, it still means the same thing. So that'd be C. All right, this one we have 1 whole, so we know it's not this one. And then I'm going to do 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have 0.4 something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should be D. This one, from least to greatest. So you want to have the smallest ones. So you could line them up on top of each other and decide which one's the smallest. I like to think of them as money. So let's see, this one we go from $3.07, $3.28, $3.38, this is like 3.10, so that won't work. This one goes up and then goes down again, so that won't work. This one goes from, let's see, 3.10, 3.07, 3.28, so it goes from greater to lesser to more, so it's not that one. So let's check this last one. $3.07, $3.10, $3.28, $3, so it definitely be D. All right, which of these is greater? So this is like 6 cents and this is like 12 cents. So I definitely know this one is greater. So let me look to see which one that is. That is D. This is a fraction. So this is 1, we know that, because this is a whole. And this is in the hundredths place, so we would call it 1 23 hundredths. All right, we have 33.0, 33.1, 33.2, 33.3. So that's 33.1, 30, so the A. Right, and the missing number, $8, that's this. How many dimes? That's the 10th place. We have 3 dimes plus 6 pennies, or we call them 8 ones, 3 tenths, and 6 hundredths. So 3 is the missing number. All right, this is 100. There's 100 ones. So we would write it as 41 hundredths. All right. So 9 tenths means that it's 9 1/10ths time. So this 9 would be 9 times 1/10. I mean 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10. So we would just need to write those in there. Right. So remember when we did fractions, you need to figure out how many pieces each unit's broken up into. Don't count the lines. Remember, it's pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is an eighth, which is important. So then we need to go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths. Which can also be called 2/4, which is ultimately called 1/2. That's simplest one. Okay, Hal wants to make a 2.5 foot banner from a 5 foot length of cloth. If he has marked 2 on the cloth, what does he have to do to find 2.5 feet? So maybe pretend that this is your 5 feet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's 5, here's 0. So far he has marked to 2.0. And he needs 2.5 feet. So he needs to add, so here's 3. 2.5 is going to be about right here. So he needs to, sorry, I didn't leave myself enough room. 1/2 foot. All right, a multiplication equation with a whole number and a fraction that describes the model. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They did that 9 times 1/8, but that's not what they actually want. So just they combined these. So how many groups of 3/8 do we have? We have 3 groups times 3/8 because they put them all together. Okay. Okay. Remember, just because it has words doesn't mean you can't do it. All right, 3/8 a cup of brown sugar in 1 loaf. He's making 6 loaves. So how much brown sugar will he need? So it could be like 3/8 plus 3/8 plus 3/8, but we know that's going to take a long time. So we're going to go back. 6 times 3/8. So you just do 6 times 3, which is 18. Yeah. I did my multiplication well. And the denominator stays the same. So this is how much brown sugar he will use. 18/8. All right, Franklin drew a number line from 0 to 1 to show 2/5. How many parts should he divide the distance from 0 to 1? Okay. So I don't really want to work with fifths, so let's change that to tenths. So we have 10 equal pieces. 5 times 2 equals 10. 2 times 2 equals 4. So I would divide this up into tenths. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 tenths, because this is much easier to work with, would be at, this is 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths. So just remember, whenever you see a 5, you want to make it have a 10 or 100 on the bottom so it's easier to work with. All right, Michael caught a fish that was 1/7/8 feet long. Which point on the number line best represents the length of the fish? So 7/8, you got to think about is almost 8/8, which is a whole. So we know that this can't be it because it's less than 1. We know this can't be it because it's more than 1, and this one's more than 1. So here we have 1, and it's almost at the 2. So it's almost like 8/8. You could divide this into 8 if you wanted to. 1, 2, 3. So M best represents the length of the fish. So always remember, eliminate the ones that you know don't make sense. Oops. All right, 3/4 written as decimal. So you want to make it have 100 on the bottom because you can't make it have a 5. We talked about 4 times 25. That's like 4/4 is 100. 3 times 25 is 75. 75 hundredths looks like this. It's like 75 cents. All right. So what fraction is represented? So let's see, we have 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 37 out of 100. And we write that like this, 37 hundredths. All right, this one, how could you use the least amount of dollar bills, dimes, and pennies to pay for a soccer ball? So you need 6 $1 bills. Okay, you need 4 dimes and 9 pennies. So you can't see that. All right, and your test should be pretty similar to this one.